Karl Anthony Towns persevered through some incredibly low moments in his life to earn generational wealth, which has helped him fund his several expensive hobbies. Timeless gift. A unique present changed Kat's life. Towns was in the 4th grade when his father approached him on Christmas Day and apologized because he couldn't afford any presents. His family didn't have much. However, they had an abundance of love and care. His dad made a promise that he would make it up to Towns in the summer. As soon as the weather got warmer, he withdrew most of the money from his savings account and constructed a basketball court behind their home in Piscataway, New Jersey. His dad even constructed a sidewalk so his son would not have to trudge through the mud when walking from the back door to the makeshift court. We couldn't afford to put up a basket for the first few months, so we just used a Fisher-Price goal until my dad had enough money to buy the hoop. I'd just run around while he played defense on me. Kat considers this special gesture from his dad as one of the best things that has ever happened to him in his life. However, despite having a hoop to practice on and the height to be a star, kids never wanted him to be on their team. Basketball obsession. Kat has always had a chip on his shoulder. By the time he entered the 7th grade, he was already hovering around 6'5". He needed a special desk to sit at while the other students in school sat at a table as a group. But that height didn't get him picked up to play ball. The older kids considered him awkward and uncoordinated. He was always picked last. Now, of course, this turned out to be a mistake. Ever since he was old enough to walk on his own, his dad had him in the gym every day, either teaching him how to play the game or having him hang around and watch older kids play. When Towns was in junior high, his father usually picked him up from school and drove him to Piscataway Prep, where Karl Sr. worked a second job as a coach. Towns worked out with the JV squad, while his dad, a former college star at Monmouth, worked with the varsity on another court. By the time he reached high school, Towns' parents were planning their lunch breaks around his class schedule, so that Kat always had someone looking after him. In December 2012, Towns announced that he was going to reclassify as a senior and commit to play on the Kentucky Wildcats men's basketball team under coach John Calipari. He also graduated high school with a 3.9 GPA while being named the Gatorade Player of the Year in 2014. In college, he would realize that his impact goes beyond just hoops. Basketball journey. He had ambitious goals in college. As a kinesiology major, Towns boasted a 3.6 grade point average in college. In fact, he was determined to become a doctor once he was done playing basketball. He has always had a big heart. He made time to sign autographs for anyone who asked, showed up at hospitals unannounced to visit sick children, and emptied his loose change into the cups of beggars in downtown Lexington. When he was 19 years old, he worked with the charity Samaritan's Feet, an organization that gives shoes to the impoverished and uplifts them through the act of washing feet and encouragement. He credits his parents for raising him the right way, even though money was scarce in the Towns household. When his father passed someone at the grocery store raising money for the Salvation Army, he would reach into his pocket and pull out loose change or a dollar bill. He did the same thing for homeless people on street corners or women standing in the median, flashing cardboard signs asking for help with rent money. Kat might have been a good guy off the court, but he was an absolute animal while on it. He was named a second-team All-American by the Associated Press and NABC, and a third-team All-American by Sporting News. Throughout the 2014-2015 season, Towns was often ranked behind Duke center Jahlil Okafor as a draft prospect. However, due to a strong play in the NCAA tournament and a growing consensus that Towns was a better defensive player and had an opportunity to become a better offensive player as well, Towns overtook Okafor in most draft rankings. Once he declared for the pros, everyone understood a special talent was about to make an appearance in the NBA. And it's safe to say he lived up to the hype. NBA career. His time in the NBA would be full of highs, but also some extremely low lows. The highs came early. He was picked first overall in the 2015 NBA draft and earned unanimous NBA Rookie of the Year honors. He continued to improve his game until he made the All-Star team in the 2017-2018 season. That year, he scored a franchise record 56 points and added 15 rebounds for his league-leading 63rd double-double. He also became the youngest player with 50 points and 15 rebounds in a game since Shaquille O'Neal. However, that's when the lows started. Not only did he battle injuries, but had to deal with the tragic passing of his mother, along with several family members due to the pandemic. That day changed me as a man. I'm never going to get that innocent young boy back. That's gone. Ever since that day, I feel like the world just made me a little colder. It took what was most valuable to me, so I don't have that kind of feeling for it. His father still attends his games, but Town said it's not the same, and is weird not having his mother there. He also still grapples with survivor's guilt related to the passing of his mother and other relatives. Since then, Cat has played for a bigger purpose than himself, and that is shown in his accomplishments. He became the first center ever to win the three-point contest. He would go on to record a career high and then Timberwolves franchise record 60 points and join the likes of Shaq and Wilt Chamberlain as the only centers in NBA history to have a 60-point, 15-rebound outing. He would up himself in 2024 when he scored 62 points, with 44 of those coming in the first half. He also made a couple more All-Star teams and another All-NBA appearance. So it is no wonder he has inked several groundbreaking NBA deals. NBA contract. He has earned generational wealth over the years. He came into the league on a 4-year, $25.7 million deal. Soon enough, the Wolves would extend his contract to a 5-year, $158 million deal. But even that was cheap compared to the current deal. He inked a 4-year, $221 million deal with the Wolves, which nets him an annual salary of $55 million. It's no wonder he is always smiling. Along with this deal, he works with world-renowned brands like Nike, Gatorade, Beats by Dre, Kit Kat, Call of Duty, Xbox, and Google, just to name a few. So it's no wonder he was able to splurge $20,000 on one of his hobbies. Expensive hobbies. Cat keeps himself plenty busy off the court. In 2020, he started his relationship with Jordan Woods after years of close friendship. The model and the Minnesota Timberwolves basketball star were introduced by mutual friends years ago. The pair began dating in May of 2020 and went public with their relationship in September of that year. One of his hobbies seems to be to spoil his loved ones, as he bought Jordan a Porsche for Christmas. As for himself, he rides around in a Maybach GLS 600. While growing up in New Jersey, Towns didn't have a lot of money as a kid. So his family would often go to Pizza Hut, where he would spend his time playing games like Marvel vs. Capcom. The employees at Pizza Hut would even give him quarters to play games while he waited for his food. His love for games has continued since he was a kid, and he's even spent $20,000 to get the best gaming computer setup imaginable. However, that is nothing compared to the $4.5 million that he shelled out for his lake house in Minnesota. It comes with a game room, a pool table, an indoor swimming pool, a golf course, and a tea house. It is safe to say that makeshift court his dad made was well worth the investment.